Madam Prime Minister, thank you very much for speaking with ANI. We look forward to your visit to India in September. Could you tell us a little bit about what are your priorities in this visit? It is certain to bring India and Bangladesh closer, but what are your priorities?
Well, look, India is our tested friend. We always remember their contribution during our 1971 war. And beside that, even 1975, when we lost all my family members, so the then Prime Minister, she gave us shelter in India. Beside that, you see, this two countries, we are neighbor, close to neighbor, and I always give importance and priority to friendship with our neighboring country, because I feel that this friendship will give us, it is not only leadership, no, it is for the people. So, our priority definitely will be to bring good wishes and goodwill to the Indian people and the Prime Minister, President. You have new elected President also, and how to improve our business, trade, and our bondies, that is important. And my visit, it is important, and I really thanks to Prime Minister Modi and also your Honorable President, both of them visited Bangladesh. When we are celebrating our Father of the Nation birth centenary and also our independence, 50 years of our Independence Day, and our friendship with India. India recognized Bangladesh early one. So, that bondage, I think that is our main priority, that their visit at such a time, even that time there was a COVID-19, but this pandemic, but beside that, both of them honor us, honor our people, and that visit really give us a tremendous,
Ma'am, you spoke about trade relations between the two countries. India is the second largest trading partner. That makes it a little sensitive issue for many Indians who feel that, oh, we should be the largest trading partner of Bangladesh. But you are sandwiched between, you're a smaller nation sandwiched between these two giants, if I may say, India and China. And I'm sure you're asked this many times by the Western media, that how do you balance the relationship?
Our foreign policy is very clear. Friendship to all, malice to none, which my father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, he uttered this in his address in UNO, and we follow his ideology. And my point is that we should focus on our people, how to give them a better life, how to improve their life. And I always saying that we have only one enemy, that is poverty. So, let us work together how to eradicate poverty, how to keep our people from South Asia and also China, India, everywhere where there is the downtrodden people, we should ensure them a better life, fulfill their basic needs. And I always feel that, yes, if there is any problem, it is between China and India, but I don't want to poke my nose to that. I want development of my country, and that's because India is our just next door neighbor. We have very good relationship. We had many bilateral, many problems is true, but we solved many problems. You know that sharing of Ganges water, then our land boundary, maritime boundary, then we had refugees in India for 2 decades. I brought them back, settled them down when I signed Chittagong Hill Tracts Peace Accord. So, that way and also which is very, very important, I feel that exchanging the enclave, this is very, very important. Many countries, they just fight between themselves, but we didn't do it. With a friendly gesture, we solved this land boundary and also exchanged our enclaves. And I really thanks to all the members of the parliament and Indian government that they passed
passed
that law and we could have solved it. So, it's yes, many people, especially Western world, they always ask me this question. But my point is, both India and China, I feel that we shouldn't fight. We should, if there is any problem with neighboring country, it can be solved bilaterally. That is very, very important. Yes, when you are living just side by side, some problem will come up or remain, or you can solve it. So, yes, so still we have little bit,
issues, yes.
issues, but I think that we will continue our dialogue and we should solve ourselves. And for our development, we need cooperation from any country who offer us, which is, of course, which is suitable for our country. So, that way.
Okay. Ma'am, for Prime Minister Modi, his neighborhood first policy and the Look East, Act East policies. Now, these two are very integral to the foreign policy. Recently, the Indian External Affairs Minister was here and you offered the Chittagong port. Do you see more connectivity happening, more robust connectivity happening in this region between India and the northeast of India and Bangladesh via the Chittagong port?
As you know that during my first tenure, I opened my door, the bus service started. Bajpayee was in Prime Minister, that first we started, and gradually then this connectivity we started. Now, we have Chittagong port and Mongla port. I think 2018 we signed the agreement and we started it, and now it is materializing. So, that will give India an opportunity for their export import, as well as Bangladesh will be also beneficiary. And not only that, I also offer Chittagong airport. They can use, even we have our Sylhet airport. Both airports are international airports, and I am developing another airport, that is Sohitpur airport. The Sohitpur airport, that will be a regional airport, I declare that. So, anybody, it is not only India, Nepal, Bhutan, all the countries, they can use my port, airports.
Yeah, ma'am, you worked ceaselessly, tirelessly for the economic upliftment of your people, especially in the rural areas. In India, many are seeing that the CEPA, that is this Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, if that fructifies, it will improve the economic conditions, the industry in your country, and improve, even for the urban population, it will improve the conditions. Do you see CEPA fructifying in this visit of yours?
We will discuss this matter, how to materialize it properly, and then definitely I feel that any kind of cooperation that will enhance our relationship, and also economically people will be beneficiary.
I am going to move in the same line. You have gone through so much of trauma in your personal life. Your family was assassinated. While many of us remember that phase of the 70s and 80s, there are many young Indians who are not aware. Ma'am, in your own words, could you tell me what you faced in those years?
1971, when war started, my father was arrested. My mother was in custody, me too, and I was expecting my first baby. But I thanks to India government, India people, Indian, they supported our
War of Independence.
War of Liberation. They not only supported War of Liberation, also they gave shelter our refugees all. Then comes 1975. It was so suddenly it happened. Only 15 days ago, my sister and myself, we left the country. I went to Germany, where my husband, he was the nuclear scientist. He was doing his post PhD research there. So we just went there just for few days, couple of months.
But suddenly, I'm sorry to interrupt. What was your last meeting with your father before you left?
It is 30th July.
You remember that clearly?
Yeah.
Your mother and father?
Mother, father, everybody. I was to as because my husband was abroad, so I used to live in the same house. So that day, everybody was there. My father, mother, my 3 brothers, 2 newly wedded sister-in-laws. Everybody was there. So all of siblings and their spouse, they came to the airport to see us off, and we met father and mother. That was the last day. Yeah. Then 15th August in the morning, we heard this news, but we couldn't believe it. It was really unbelievable that any Bengali could do it. And still we didn't know what really happened. Only there was a coup, and then we heard that my father was assassinated, but we didn't know that all the family members were, they were assassinated. But that time, Mrs. Gandhi immediately sent information that she wanted to give us, security and shelter. So we received, especially from Marshal Tito from Yugoslavia and Mrs. Gandhi, and we decided to come back here because we had in our mind that if we go to Delhi, from Delhi we will be able to go back to our country, and then we will be able to know how many members of family still alive.
How do you cope with that, ma'am, to know that your entire family is wiped out?
It's a very difficult time. When I heard this news, the ambassador, Germany, Mr. Humayun Rashid Chaudhry, he called me alone and then he told me. For a few moments I didn't know where I was, but I thought about my sister. She is 10 years younger than me, so actually I thought how she will take it. It is so difficult for her. Then when we returned to Delhi, at first they put us in a house with all security because they are also worried about us.
Did you feel that you could be a target at that stage?
There was news like this because those who killed our parents after their attack 3 houses at a time.
To find you?
No, to kill members, like my father's sister, 2 sisters' house, and they killed family members simultaneously.
How many members were killed, ma'am?
Almost 18 members, and some mostly my relatives, and then some maid servant, their children, there were some guests, my uncle.
So it was to see that nobody from Bangabandhu's family ever comes back to power, right?
Exactly. My younger brother was only 10 years old, so they didn't spare him too. So when we returned Delhi, it was perhaps 24th August. Then I met Prime Minister Mrs. Gandhi, she called us, and so there we came to know that nobody is alive. Then she made all the arrangements for us, a job for my husband, and this Pandara Road house. We stayed there. So first 2-3 years, actually it was so difficult to accept this. My children, my son was only 4 years old, and my daughter, she is younger than him. Both of them used to cry to go to my mother, my father, and they used to remember my younger brother mostly. So but then gradually we have, and well, as because children, my sister is there, so this sorrow, pain, it was very difficult, but still we have to think what to do. We should do something. We cannot live like this. And this crime not only killed my father, also they changed the ideology of our liberation war. Everything just one night, everything just changed. And those killers, they are haunting us, that they are trying to find out where we are. So when we live in Pandara Road, even we couldn't, our name was changed.
In Delhi, in Pandara?
In Delhi, yeah.
So you lived under a different name also?
Different name.
Okay.
And it is so painful that you cannot use your own name, own identity.
Yes, yeah. I can imagine.
Because of the security purpose, they did not allow us.
So nobody from Bangladesh came to meet you in those years?
At the beginning, almost all, because of all my family members, those
they were not allowed to come.
Well, those who survived, and within this, like my auntie and my 2 cousin sisters and one brother, they got bullet shot. So they got treatment, and after that, most of them, they just went to Calcutta. But first 2-3 years, we couldn't meet anybody.
You were in India from 75 to
81.
81. It is many say that people came to you and said you should come, and they kept asking you to lead the Awami League and to come back to India, come back to Bangladesh. But you were hesitant. You didn't want to get into politics at that stage. It was too traumatic.
No, actually, what happened? Almost all the members, those who betrayed, beside that, other were arrested. And then you know what happened. There was another coup in 3rd November. So then many of our leaders were assassinated. So at the beginning, nobody was allowed to come to us. Then gradually, my auntie, 2 auntie, they were there. Gradually, they started allowing them to come to Delhi, or once I went to Calcutta.
Was there any doubt like that you didn't want to get into? You didn't want to come back?
No, not that.
Too many memories of Dhaka?
I want to come back. Definitely, I want to come. I wanted to come back to my country. Definitely, but taking responsibility of party, such a big party, I never thought about it. But when I was in London, that time I took initiative to organize our political party. I used to travel a lot in different, and then our organization, I work with our local in London. There are a very big community, the diaspora. I work with them and organize political party. And their first time I appear before people, I address a public meeting in York Hall, 16th August 1980. There we demanded the trial of
the
killers. And 79, my sister, she went to Sweden. There, our ambassador, he didn't join government, he resigned, and he organized a meeting demanding the trial of the killer. So there she attended, and in 80 I addressed, but I never thought to take any post or position, but definitely for democracy, for rule of law, and for trial of these killers, I was very
to bring
vocal.
them to justice.
Yeah,
yes.
to bring them to justice, or bring them to book, so that the trial should take place, because there was a immunity to them. There was the indemnity ordinance they issued, so you cannot demand or file any case against the killer. Killers got all type of facilities and immunity. This is very unlawful. The killer, and they killed, it's open, and they claim that yes, they committed this crime. They very vocal they were, because they thought they are very powerful. So I started
Yes,
this
justice
movement, and also many member of parliaments I met in British Parliament. So we demanded for justice. Also we set up a commission, Sean McBride, Nobel laureate, Sir Thomas Williams, QC MP, all together we set up a commission, and through that commission we demanded that the investigation should take place. So from that commission, Sir Thomas Williams visa to come to Bangladesh, but the then military dictator didn't give any visa, didn't allow him to come to Bangladesh and investigate the killing. So that was the situation, and you can understand, in one hand we lost everybody, and other hand I cannot ask for justice.
Yeah.
Justice was denied. So that was the situation that time. Then again I returned to Delhi, end of 80 or 81.
81. Huh.
Then 81, when I returned to Delhi, in 80s I returned, then Awami League had conference, and that time they, in my absentia, they declared me as the president of the party.
Ma'am, I'll steer the conversation a little bit to geostrategic issues in our region. You are well aware of what happened in Sri Lanka, and there are many observers who say that Bangladesh should guard itself from similar situation, whether it's a Chinese debt trap or whatever. Do you see any parallels that the challenges that Bangladesh could face?
No, not exactly, no. Because our economy still it is very strong, though we face this COVID-19 pandemic, now the Ukraine-Russia war, that has its effect here, but in a debt rate, Bangladesh always pay timely all the debts, so our debt rate is very low in context of Sri Lanka. Then our economy trajectory and the development, it is very, that means very calculatively we prepared and we take the plan. So because it is very calculative way we are developing, I feel that we will not face the similar situation. Not only that, in a policy matter, the moment pandemic started, COVID-19, I call upon our people, and also we provided all kind of support and inputs up to the village level, and also encourage our people to grow more food item, as much as food they can grow. always supported them that what you should do, you should grow your food so that we should not depend on others.
Imports and things.
And side by side, this war, that it has bad effect, no doubt about it, especially the things we import from other country. Now it is, I think whole world is facing economic problem. We are also. But yes, there are some people, they raise this issue, oh, Bangladesh will be Sri Lanka, this and that. But I can ensure, no, that will not happen, because all our development plan, what we prepare and we implement, always we see that what would be the return, how people will be beneficiary. Otherwise, I don't take any project with just spending money. No, we will spend money, we will take loan, but after completion of this project, what will be our return, how our economy will develop, and the people will be beneficiary. That is our priority. So that way we are taking all the plans, programs. Unnecessary, we don't spend any money.
Ma'am, you spoke about your battle against COVID-19, and you vaccinated almost more than 90% of your population. What do you have to say about the Vaccine Maitri program? Did Bangladesh benefit from it?
I really thanks to Prime Minister Modi to take this initiative, and that way he contributed vaccine to not only Bangladesh, also some South Asian countries, and it's really very, very helpful, and it's a very prudent initiative he has taken. And beside that, we bought vaccines with our own money, and also many other countries also contributed, and we pursue our people for vaccination. Usually, people from our country, especially the village level, even some in the town also, I found many people very much reluctant to take vaccine. They don't want to take the, pinch of the needle or sui nail in a hay. So, but we have to pursue them, and we told them that it is nothing but it will save your life. So that we engaged everybody so that they make people. So it was really a very good initiative. This Vaccine Maitri is a very good initiative. I really support it.
So there's been, Western observers are often critical that SAARC, the countries, member countries in SAARC, they don't cooperate as much as other groupings do. But this Vaccine Maitri and also the evacuation of students from your country, from our country, that happened. That took place because of cooperation between the two countries.
That's true. I really thanks to Prime Minister again that during this war between Russia and Ukraine, many of our students just stuck off and they came to Poland, took shelter. But when you evacuate your student, Indian student, they also brought our student back home. So it was really, you have shown a really friendly gesture. I thank to Prime Minister for this initiative.
And yet, ma'am, even though there is cooperation between India and Bangladesh, but when it comes to water sharing, there has always been trouble. Even though there are more than, I think 50 rivers which India and Bangladesh share, in spite of that, the amount of cooperation that should have been there, probably it slowed down. Even on Teesta, after so many years, the meetings didn't happen. Do you think that now, it can move forward?
It is very sad that we are in a, downstream. So water is coming from India, so India should show more broadness, because both the country will be beneficiary. So sometimes our people suffered a lot because of this need of water, especially Teesta. We could not go for harvest and so many problems take place. So I think it should be solved. But yes, we found that Prime Minister is very, eager to solve this problem, but the problem is in your country. So we hope that it should, it should be solved. It is, well, only Ganges water we share, the water we signed the treaty, but we have another 54 river. Yes. So it's a long standing, problem. So it should be solved.
Right.
But it depends on mainly on India.
On India.
India should show more broadness.
Right. Ma'am, recently, you had told the minority in your country, the Hindu minority, that you people have as many rights as I have. That was a huge reassurance given in any democratic country towards minorities. And yet, in spite of that, Indians see videos of, like, say, a Hindu temple vandalized, random incidents that happen, but they are far between, few. Do you feel that the minority community in Bangladesh is secure, is as robust as the majority community?
Well, as long as we are in power, we always give importance to that, and I always tell them that you are our citizen, you should own our country. But some incidents sometimes take place, but immediately we take action. It is sometimes it happened, it's very unwanted situation, but you know very well that it is not only Bangladesh, even India also sometimes minorities suffered. So I think that both the countries should show their magnanimity, and our part, Bangladesh is a secular country, and we have many religions here, and the religion harmony is here very much. So one or two incidents when it takes place immediately, especially my party people, they are very much cautious about it, and also my government, we immediately take action. But from both sides, I think it should be more, cooperative with each other.
You have worked tirelessly to preserve secularism in your country, but the blogger community in Bangladesh is they're very robust. They write a lot on social media. They feel that Islamic extremism, it tries ever so much to try and push Bangladesh towards extremism.
Look, extremism is everywhere, even in India or other country. If you see in the world, there are many countries you can find it out. So as because it's social media become very vibrant nowadays, some people sometimes write something. Even sometimes it is not the bloggers, but even other religion also. Sometimes they write and immediately people become. But we have been trying our best to control it. We never support that everybody has their, each and every religion, they have their right to perform their religion properly. And one should not say such a thing that which will hurt the other religion. This is not good. And any celebration, we all together we celebrate.
As a cultural event.
Culturally, even you can see in Bangladesh, during Durga Puja, so many places we have Durga Puja and people celebrate all together. Right. So the religion harmony is there, but now some here and there some incidents happen, but our government immediately take action against it.
Right. Ma'am, border management and the fight against terrorism to ensure that terror groups don't find refuge in each other countries. There's been a lot of cooperation between India and Bangladesh. The northeast Indian states, eastern India, northeast Indian, many of them share a border with your country, and cattle smuggling has become a hot button topic among these states. They fear that they are coming into Bangladesh. Is there going to be more cooperation in border management between India and Bangladesh?
Already the discussion is going on, and also it has been reduced a lot, but still sometimes some incident take place. So, we discuss with India that they should show some patience, and this cattle trafficking already nowadays in our country. Now, we do not depend on Indian cow much. We are growing our own cattle here because we need it, but some border smuggling take place. So, two sides, the border force, they are sitting together, any incident happen, they hold the flag meetings, they discuss. So, yes, we receive the assurance that it will reduce, so it should not take place.
Another issue in India is about, which people are conflicted about, is about the Rohingya issues. We have refugees in India. You have thousands of them in your country. On one side is the humanitarian aspect of it, but there is also a growing demand that they should be repatriated, but safely. How do you look at this situation?
Well, for us it is a big burden. India is a vast country, you can accommodate, but you do not have much. But in our country, we 1.1 million Rohingya. So, we are consulting with international community, and also our neighboring country. They should also take some steps so that they can go back home. This Rohingya, yes, on humanitarian ground we give them shelter and providing everything, but during this COVID we vaccinated all the Rohingya community. But how long they will stay here? So, in the camp they are staying, our environment hazard is there, then some people engaged in drug trafficking or some arms conflict, women trafficking, day by day it is increasing. So, as quick as they return home, it is good for our country and also for Myanmar. So, we have been trying our best to pursue them, we are discussing with them, and also the international community like ASEAN or UNO, then other countries. We really, yes, that time they were facing many trouble, that. So, we have given them shelter, but now they should go back to the country. But India as a neighbor country, they can play a big role on it, I feel that.
Ma'am, you took over the mantle from your father. In India, now there's a lot of talk about family-based politics and that it is detrimental. But in Bangladesh, that's not an issue at all, is it?
That's true. That is not issue.
Would you like your son to join politics? And
look, he's now grown-up man, so it is up to him. But he is working for country like the digital Bangladesh we set up, all the satellite or submarine cable or computer training, everything, this digital system, it is his idea, and he is assisting me, and he is doing it. But he never thought about taking any position either in party or ministry, no, he didn't. Even in our party conference, there was a tremendous demand for him. Then I asked him, you go to the microphone and tell what you want to do. And he did it. He said, no, I don't want any position in the party at this moment. Rather, those who are working here, they should get this post. Why I should occupy one post? I am with my mother, I am working for the country and I am assisting her, so I will do it. So, that way he thinks. So, it is not that I have to make him or I have to do it. No, it's
his decision.
It depends on the people, you see.
You know, one keeps reading and one is reading reports and seeing that the condition of people in Bangladesh has improved vastly. Now, another task that, another thing that the Western media keeps looking is, why does Bangladesh still not have a viable opposition? Why is there no robust opposition in your country?
Look, now opposition, our opposition is very strong, not very weak, but the main two Awami League
if I may interrupt you, ma'am, there is a robust opposition only to see that Sheikh Hasina doesn't become Prime Minister. What I mean is, an opposition which has not just got remove Sheikh Hasina, if I may say.
Oh, you are true. They tried to kill me.
Yes.
Several times.
Yeah.
But I survived. You know, in a broad daylight, there was a grenade attack. Yeah. I don't know how I survived, but our party leaders, workers, they just cover me, made a human shield. So, they receive all the splinter, but I was totally saved. Then there was an open fire in my meeting. I survived. They placed a huge bomb in my meeting place. Somehow it was discovered by just a simple person, a T-man. Yeah. So I survived. I don't know. It's you can ask God, Allah. Allah is helping me, perhaps, or maybe Allah has given me some job to do. But point is about opposition. Look, in our country, like BNP Jatiya Party, both the party was formed by a military dictator. First they took over power, then they become politician and just change the dress and become political leader, and they form government when they were in power. So, sitting in power, when anybody form any party, usually they don't have that connection with the downtrodden people, common people. But Awami League is a party, you can say that in subcontinent, Awami League is the oldest political party. That 1949 this party was formed. So, we have our actually our main root and our main power is our people. So, when people found that yes, if this party remains in power, then we receive good opportunity to build up our future or our life. So, that is the main thing. During my tenure, the country becomes self-sufficient in food. We distribute free food. Our social safety net, all the widow, oldest people, disabled people, we pay allowances for them. Landless people, they are getting house, they are getting primary, health care free of cost. Then for education, within 2 miles we build up the primary school, all government and private all. Then I open up every sector in the private business. So, private business I am giving all kind of incentives because I want to create job opportunity.
So, there is nobody in the opposition then who can promise or want to do what you are doing. Isn't that the case?
Well, if you go through our history, you will see that when other party was in power, what was the situation in the country? Just to remain in power, keeping or grabbing the power, they killed our party leaders, workers.
Yes.
There were coup d'etat in this country almost 19 to 20 times. They kill people, they throw bomb or they set fire in the train or private car or CNG or rail, everywhere they killed people. That is their, movement in opposition. So when people see that they are killing innocent people in the name of movement, then why they should support them? And during that time, the corruption, all through their corruption, they made lots of money. So then the terrorism, can you imagine that in this country, one day, within 1 hour, 500 places bomb blasted.
Serial blasts.
Yeah. So that way, all the misrule and misdeed and terrorist activities and corruption, nepotism, so people rejected them.
Right.
That is the main. But when Awami League again came back to power, we work for country's development. We didn't indulge in taking revenge or anything. All our energy, our power, everything we use for development the country. The connectivity, which is very, very important. Now, without you asked me about Sri Lanka's condition. Now, I can tell you that Bangladesh, we built up Padma Bridge with our own money. We didn't take any money from anybody. So now I showed the people that yes, if we wish, we can do it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much.